the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
I actually been struggling a little bit this training camp. My last sparring session has been rough, real rough, and I was starting to have some doubts. My legs I haven't been having my legs under me all last week. I was out in LA in camp with Lippinet, and I was out there running Canyon a little bit. I think I killed my legs a little bit, but today I definitely feel 100%. I feel fight ready now.
Okay, now you was out there with Lippinet, and he was getting. That's when he was preparing for the Mikey Garcia match, correct?
Correct.
Okay, all right. So, did you ever get a chance to spar, get a chance to work with him, or because he had a hand injury?
Yeah, unfortunately, as soon as we got there, he had a little hand injury. I was looking forward to working with him, but just being out there, man, the atmosphere, the people, the level of opposition that was out there, they had some great guys out there to spar with. And just being out there, change the climate, it gave me an opportunity to really open up my lungs a little bit. Everything was like all God-given, just an opportunity for me to get there, up my intensity in training, and then come back and just keep it going and get ready for the fight. Okay.
Now you spoke on having some leg issues. You said you had a problem with your legs being underneath you. Like elaborate on that.
Yeah.
Was that being out there in the altitude or?
Nah, I don't know. Cause when I was out there, I was doing a lot of road work.
Okay. I
was running Canyon several times a week, so I was really putting in work out there. Once the sparring session got canceled, I just took advantage of the weather out there, and I just did a lot of road work and a lot of hills. So when I got back, I was probably good for like a day or two, and then it's like all my sparring sessions, as soon as I started sparring, my legs were gone. All I did was I increased my water intake, I increased my protein intake, and today I definitely feel a lot better.
That's good. Okay, now, so how long has this camp been going? Because your fight is, when is your fight? February the 2nd?
Yeah, February 2nd. Actually, this fight been going on for, this camp been going on for about 2 months now, because we knew about the fight maybe like 2 weeks before my last fight, which was December 1st. I had a tough fight that day too, December 1st, but we knew about the fight 2 weeks prior to that, so we already was getting ready for a fight, and we just, after that last fight, we just maybe took a couple days off and got right back to it, and just kept the train moving.
Okay. Now, I heard something like that before. I think it was Shane Mosley, where Brother Nazim instructed him to, go take a break right before the Floyd fight. And he overtrained. That's what he said after the fight. I'm hearing a lot of training, and this is a long camp. Are you having any worries about maybe overtraining?
Nah. See, with me, like, I peak so fast sometimes that that often could be an issue. But I have a great team with me. Like my manager, he's very meticulous on how much I'm training. I have 2 awesome trainers. I have Rasheem Jefferson. I have George J. I have 2 great guys that's with me that they stay on top of me so much as far as training. They're very knowledgeable guys in the game. Everybody knows Rasheem Jefferson. He's been around for a while.
Coach Rel.
Yeah. And George G. He's just a very intelligent guy. And with the combination of these 2 guys, they have days where they ease up on me, and then they have days where they tag team me, and I'm like begging for mercy. So it's crazy, but like I said, I peak so fast sometimes that it could be an issue, but it never has been a thing. So we know exactly when to turn it up, we know exactly when to turn it down.
Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about this card coming up, because this is a big thing right here.
Yeah.
February the 2nd. You want to get into it. The network opponent.
Right. So this is my second time actually showcasing on ShowBox. My first time on there, I was going against an undefeated fighter. So this is my second time going against another undefeated fighter. I just go in there with a box of O's because that's the only O's that they're gonna be leaving with once I'm done. So I take pride in coming in as the underdog. I have nothing to lose. So that just gives me more drive to go in there and just leave it all out there and just fight my heart out. I love being in the underdog position. Very often when I watch a fight and I don't know either one of the fighters personally, I always go for the one who's most likely the underdog. So I thrive being in that position as well.
Okay. Now you have Coach Rell, and Coach Rell also works with Tevin Farmer.
Correct.
And I hear you saying, you know, that you kind of like take pride in being an underdog, and it kind of, you know, pushes you.
Right.
Now, how much do you draw on Tevin Farmer, because that's pretty much his story, and y'all have Coach Rell in common? How much of an inspiration is that, or how much do you draw on that?
Well, I really don't focus too much on other fighters and too much of their story.
Okay.
But as far as Tevin Farmer, like, I love his energy. He's a very great individual just from being around him. He's actually one of the guys that helped me get ready for my fight. He gave me 10 rounds of sparring the other day. He worked with me. Tevin Farmer is a great fighter. As much as they say he's an underdog, he knows he's a champion, and he gotta just keep that instilled in himself.
Yeah.
No matter what fight, how the fight goes, considering his last fight, Teah is a champ.
Yeah.
And just the energy, the atmosphere, having Rell, Coach Chino, Bozies, all the fighters that surround in the camp. All these guys, just been around all these guys, Jason Sosa, just been around all these guys and such great energy.
Yeah.
I haven't had a bad experience with any of these guys, man. They're all awesome people, awesome energy. I'm good at taking criticism, so
Yeah.
I love when they give me criticism. Whether it's a bad day, good criticism, bad criticism, I always welcome it. So just being around a great group of fighters within Bozie's camp and Chino's camp and everybody that Rell works with, I just take so much pride in that.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a great group. And you know, Tevin is somebody who definitely was facing a lot of people with a lot of O's, so you're definitely in the right camp.
Right.
You know, with that mindset, and as far as the way things are being set up for right now.
And there's so many fighters within the camps. Like I said, Bozie and his Chino, Rell. There's so many guys within these three camps that no matter who I'm getting ready to fight, there's work for everybody. There's somebody that I can box that can give me that look. So within these three camps, I never even have to go away from camp.
Okay.
So I'm very honored and privileged to be in this atmosphere.
Okay. All right. Now, I hear accent. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally born in Liberia. My mom is from Liberia, my dad is from Ghana, so I have a combination of both.
Okay. All right. Now, I heard an interview where you said Philadelphia is one of them kind of cities where either you're gonna fight or you're gonna quit.
Yeah.
How much of this city reminds you of home? Because coming from where you come from, Civil War.
I mean, you can't never compare being shot at or just being in the midst of a civil war, or being in the midst of any like fire action type of war to something different. But
how about the mentality of the men?
The mentality is definitely similar, man. It's like the boxing gym is war. You feel me? So when you come in here and you walk in here, like being home and knowing where I came from and being a rough juvenile, I feel like I just walk in any boxing gym. I don't care what the level opposition is. I don't care how skilled the fighters are. I don't care how many lions they have in the gym. I walk in any boxing gym with my chest held high, knowing that there's nobody that's gonna have anything for me because of where I came from. You feel me?
Cause he's after that guy.
Cause just that animal in me, man. Cause I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I was a very rough juvenile. When I first came from Africa, I was living in New York, and I used to have to fight every day in school, cause I was always getting picked on because my accent or for whatever reason, because my clothes wasn't or my hair was peasy or getting called African booty scratching. So I always had to fight and take up for myself, man. So, and then I gotta deal with this guy all the time. So,
yeah, I hear, man.
Yeah. So, but it's all love, man, and all of that stuff just gets me ready for any type of atmosphere, no matter what it is.
It's all love, man. And it's crazy because I was just expressing to him the other day after sparring, man. Everybody who know boxing know that I was like a top boxer, man. I was in a motorcycle accident and broke my neck.
Yeah.
I had traumatic brain injury, and I said, God limited my career to help his career. And that's just how I feel. Like, I just walked in the gym, me and him clicked like that. And it's like brother on brother since then. Without boxing, with boxing, that's my brother. We always gonna be tight no matter what. And I'm here to further his career the best of my ability, man. With the ability that God give me and the ability that God give him. As a team, we gonna go all the way. And February 2nd, you will see that we're not gonna lose, man.
Okay.
If we lose, it's all God playing.
Okay.
But it's not God playing. We gonna win. That's why we working hard today.
Okay. Now, reading your story. I mean to cut you off, champ. Reading your story. Man, your story reads like a man has been tested 10 times over. And it's one of the deepest stories that I've ever come across in my 42 years of living. Would you like to touch on what you wear on your trunks, 122608? If not, I would totally understand.
I don't mind touching on it because
Okay.
I feel like this is the purpose of it. You feel me? I feel like God has prepared me. 122608 was the day that I lost my entire family in the house fire.
Over.
1226, of course, the day after Christmas. My brothers and sisters, they was all spread out over the states, and because of the holiday, everybody came together. And unfortunately, the day after the holiday, there was a house fire with a kerosene heater where it exploded, and I lost my family members, with the exception of my mom and dad, in that house fire. I was actually in the car on my way there, and then I called my mom. Me and my mom got into a little verbal disagreement, and I decided to go home. Me and my brother had actually just made an agreement that he was going to start working with me, training me, running with me, everything. So the whole sequence of events, how it happened, was just traumatic for me because I woke up the next day, my TV woke me up, and I woke up to the news on TV, and that wasn't nothing new for me. My TV usually wake me up, and I'm usually hearing something traumatic on the news, so I never really took heed to it. And then I got up into the bathroom, came back, and I noticed my brother's his bedroom door was the same way. And then I started just putting things together. I called my dad, asked him some questions concerning my residence. Once things started clicking to me, I decided to head over to the house. As I was getting closer, I noticed that it was my mom's residence, and I came up on the tragedy, but I put that on my trunks to remind me never to forget why I'm still here. There's a greater purpose for me. So very often when I'm getting ready for a fight, I listen to T.D. Jakes or just get a word from somewhere, somebody, some unadulterated scripture. And because of that, I always put God first. I always put a scripture on the front of my trunks, and I put the date that my family passed away on the back of my trunks, because that's the whole purpose why I'm doing this, so that I could be a testimony to somebody else, so that people can see that I could go through the fire and not get left in the fire. So my family is inspiration for me. They keep me going. God gives me the strength and the energy. Touching bases on me having a traumatic time with my training, with my legs and everything. I just feel like that just God's showing me. The more I feel like I'm getting in a position where I'm feeling like I'm good enough to not need God, He starts showing me like, all right, you need to start relying on me again. So I've been doing a lot of prayer and a lot of meditation these past couple of days because of my issue with my legs not being under me. I mean, I was getting tired after like a round of boxing. And I was like, yo, what is going on? I've been doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. So it was just a revelation to me that, all right, God is trying to get my attention on something. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm so much more confident in my ability as a fighter that I could be at that stage where I could easily forget how I got here. So I really, like I was running this morning and I was like just thinking about it. I'm like, yo, my legs feel good, my lungs feel good. So why have I been really struggling with sparring lately? And it just started clicking to me like, yo, God is really trying to show me like, all right, you still need me. You still need me. It's like that daily provision. He don't want me to get to a point where I'm so comfortable that I forget how I got here. So it's that daily provision where you have to, you sitting on the toilet, you thinking about God. You eating your bowl of cereal, you thinking about God. You putting your clothes on, you thinking about God. So I feel like it was just Him making sure I don't forget where I'm coming from. Okay. No matter how prosperous or no matter how good I feel like I'm getting or how comfortable I feel like I'm getting in the sport.
Okay. Now, Champ, when you were a little boy, you escaped Liberia on your father's back?
Yeah. See, I was young, so I just know so much of what my parents tell me, what my dad tell me. It's like little flashes of it in my head, but it's not nothing vivid. Okay. But that's when I went back. I had the opportunity to go back in 2012 back to Liberia, and they were just showing me like the buildings, like they were saying there was so many holes, bullet holes in this wall from just the war. This is the house we was living in. Your dad had to carry you guys from here to here. Like, it was so crazy. And then I recently watched a movie on Netflix, The Beast of No Nations, with Idris Elba, and it was just like a reenactment of the whole thing. And I even had my dad watch the movie, and he was so astounded of how similar everything was. Unfortunate for that family that the movie was depicted of, the father didn't make it out, but I just thank God that my family was able to make it out, and we was able to be here for me to be telling my story now.
Champ, you have to be one of the strongest men ever.
I give all glory to God, man, because no matter how, I hear that a lot, and no matter how strong that I appear to be, it's God that gives me that strength.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, moving right along, you know, we got this date coming up.
Sure.
And you walking in here with 12/26/08 on your trunks.
Yes, sir.
And this victory is 100% for your people, right?
For sure, man. For sure. Every fight, I never try to say, all right, this fight is for my family, that fight is for my family. Every fight is for them. Okay. Every fight is from God, and every fight is for God. Okay. You feel me? So, so like my trainer said, win, lose or draw, we know it's God's plan, but God never intend for us to lose. So we're going in there. He's gonna give us the ability to train and prepare to win. He's gonna give us all the tools that we need to prepare to win. So we just gotta do our part. So when we pray and ask God for our daily bread, it's not like we're gonna sit there and a loaf of bread gonna fall out the sky. Okay. He's gonna give us all the essentials, all the tools and everything necessary to get ready to prepare for that daily bread. So he's gonna give us everything we need to get up and get out and get that daily bread. Okay. So when we say it's God's plan, he's prepared for us to win. So he's gonna give us all the tools that we need to win. So we're gonna go out there and do what we have to do.
Okay. God willing, you go in here and you get this win. February the 2nd on Showbox. What's next?
The next big thing, man. Like, I don't shy away from any fight if it makes sense. It's for me. If it's God's intentions for me. Like, when I first turned pro, my career could have been took off for me just fighting over and over. But I thank God for every delay. I thank God for every canceled fight. I thank God for every procrastinated every break in my career. It's all God's timing. So when the fight is right, God is gonna make it possible and it's gonna go through. So we're gonna stay in the gym. Me, my trainer, Rashim Jefferson, George G. We're gonna stay in the gym. Hardhead Promotions and my manager John Howell. I just do my part. Me and my team, me and my trainers, we do our part in the gym, and let the manager and the promoters do their part. So whatever fight it is, we're ready.
Okay. Well, Tsunami Sam, I want to thank you for your time, and also thank you for sharing. I'm sure there's people all around the world that can listen to your story, hear your story, you know, and maybe that'll guide them out of a dark place, you know, and help give them some inspiration. So thanks again. I want to let the people know where they can find you out on social media.
Tsunami_Sam1, Samuel T on Facebook. I don't have Twitter and none of that other stuff though, but you can find me over there. I appreciate you.
All right. ThaBoxingvoice.com. I'm Jay Goodman. Thanks for clicking on.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.
In the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.